We are so fixated on getting enough vitamins and taking the right vitamins and getting a multivitamin in. So let's talk about how cooking can affect the absorption of vitamins. Because one of the questions that I get asked the most is, how does cooking affect a vitamin? Does it denature it? Does it break it down so that we don't use it the same way? Well, the short answer is yes. But in this video, I want to go into some more detail about how that works. And I want to show you a couple of quick ways that you can cook your vegetables or cook your foods to ensure that you get the most out of them, to make sure that you're getting the vitamins that you want out of them. But before I go a whole lot further, let me explain that generally speaking, it's water-soluble vitamins we have to worry about. So let's talk about what a water-soluble vitamin is. A water-soluble vitamin is a vitamin like vitamin C or some of the B vitamins. And what it means is that they're soluble in water. They do not store in your fat cells. So what happens is your body excretes them every single day. And they're extremely important that you consume them every single day. It's important that you get those vitamins, otherwise your body is going to become deficient in them. Now, when you start looking at it from a water-soluble standpoint, you think about it like that, well, when you cook them in water, a lot of times those vitamins will get washed out because they're water-soluble. So that's the first thing you really want to pay attention to. Fat-soluble vitamins are not nearly affected by heat as much as water-soluble vitamins are. What actually happens when you heat a vitamin is it denatures it. It breaks down the cell structure. It alters it. It doesn't necessarily just get rid of it altogether, but it changes the cell structure so that the body doesn't really know what to do with it quite as much. This can mean that even though you're eating that broccoli that might be rich in vitamin C or some of the B vitamins, you're not really getting the full effect once it's actually cooked. So I want to talk to you about how you can cook it properly and make sure that you're getting the most out of it in the shortest amount of time. And the cool thing is, this trick is actually going to save you some time. But before I tell you that, let me drop a little bit of science on you that might blow your mind about how vitamin C was affected by cooking. Colorado State University did a test to find out how much vitamin C was lost over various cooking times. So what they did is they took vitamin C and they heated it for 3 different intervals of time. They heated one batch for 5 minutes, they heated another batch for 15, and another batch for 30. What they found was the vitamin C that was heated for 5 minutes only lost about 5 to 10% of its effectiveness. Now the vitamin C that was heated for 15 minutes, that one lost about 20 to 30% of its effectiveness. Now the kicker, the vitamin C that was cooked for 30 minutes lost 50 to 60% of its effectiveness. That's a pretty dramatic change when you look at it like that, and ultimately a pretty big waste of money if you're spending a lot of money on eating organic and eating the right foods. So what this tells us is that we need to keep our cooking times short. And you might be asking yourself, well, why not just eat these vegetables raw? Why not just eat everything raw and absorb all the vitamins that you possibly can? Well, the problem is when you eat raw, it's hard for your body to assimilate some of these vitamins as well. If you envision the structure of broccoli, it's really firm, it's really tough. Well, that's hard for your body to break down. That's not that easy in itself. So what you want to do is you want to steam it really quick. And you want to steam it at as low of a temperature as possible. Now, when you think of steaming, yeah, it's really only one temperature. But what you don't want to do is heat the water up, let it steam for a while, and then throw the broccoli in. You want to throw the broccoli in right when it's first starting to steam, and only steam it for a short amount of time. A properly steamed vegetable that's still going to preserve the vitamins really should still have some crunch to it. Now, when you take vitamins, you take supplements, you don't want to be taking them with hot tea. You don't want to be taking your vitamin C with hot tea or hot chocolate or anything before bed, because it's going to have that same effect within your body. You want to have a little bit of time between. So if you're going to take your vitamins, wait a little bit before you have your hot chocolate before you go to bed, or wait a little bit before you have your tea in the morning or your coffee in the morning. Now here's the thing though, I don't want to sound completely biased that you should always be steaming your vegetables or you should always be eating them as close to raw as possible. Because just because heating kills off some vitamins, it doesn't mean that it kills off others. Now the Department of Food Sciences found that with some foods, when you heat them, you can actually enhance them. So for example, when the Food Sciences Department looked at tomatoes, when they cooked them and made them into a tomato sauce, sure, they lost a lot of the effectiveness of the vitamin C, but heating actually enhanced the antioxidants within the tomatoes and enhanced the effectiveness of something called lycopene. So what this ultimately tells us is that you should be really eating a well-rounded balance of some heated vitamins and some not. You see, at the end of the day, it's all about living as close to the earth as possible. But if there's one quick takeaway that you can get from this, if you're supplementing with water-soluble vitamins, vitamin C, B vitamins, multivitamin, try to separate them from when you drink any hot drinks because it definitely can affect it. All right, well, thank you for watching. Keep it locked in here on my channel, and I will see you in the next video.